Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Let There Be Talk. It is March 28th, the Monday, and this episode, of course, is brought to you by my fantastic sponsor, Earthquaker Devices. Pure rock and roll glory right there. Stomp box, guitar, rock and roll machines. If you play bass, guitar, keyboards, or any kind of fucking instrument, plug it into one of these damn pedals and light the candles. Right? These guys are fantastic. Handmade pedals, boutique pedals right out of Akron, Ohio. American made, awesome. Love these guys. Such a great company. Check out the names of their pedals too. Acapulco Gold. Fire up that Acapulco Gold pedal. What's that pedal do? Let's look real quick. Acapulco Gold is a dirt simple power amp distortion device. Fuck yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it. Look at all their pedals. Dunes, the Gray Channel, Afterneath, Arrows, Cloven Hoof, my personal favorite. Earthquaker Devices. Check them out. Earthquakerdevices.com. Check them on Instagram, Twitter, or call them up and say, I'm a Dell Razor. I need a pedal. Earthquaker Devices, light the candles. Anyway, I love those guys. I love you guys. Check them out. Great sponsor, Earthquaker Devices. All right, here we are, another episode. It is Monday. Hope everybody had a great Easter. Not sure what you did. What did I do today? Or yesterday? What did I do? Oh, I did a couple spots at the store. And a comedy store. And it just kind of ate really shitty. Had Ben & Jerry's ice cream. Had some Eggs Benedict. Reese's Pieces. It was just a full shit storm of terribleness yesterday of food. Cheat city. Cheat. You can't fucking eat healthy on Easter. There's all those chocolate bunnies around. I remember one year, oh man, I was working at Harley Davidson and it was Easter and the owner brought in this case of those 1 pound rabbits. They were chocolate rabbits, but they were the white chocolate. And each one was 1 pound. And he brought in like a case for all the employees. And no one would eat them throughout the week. They just slowly became my breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I think my fucking left foot went numb that week. Just each day I'd be like, I'm going to have this chocolate bunny, just a bite. It would always start with the ears. I would just chew off the ears. 1 pounders. And by the end of the day, they were just fucking gone. And my buddy would be like, oh, dude. He would remind me like once a year. Remember that time you ate like 20 1 pound? Like that's 20 pounds of white chocolate in a week. 20 of those things. I'm still alive. I'm a fucking stuntman. Try doing that, Evel Knievel. Eating 1 pound fucking bunnies each day like a fucking nut. Anyway, I carried on the tradition yesterday of just a shit storm. Back to my good eating. I've been eating good, man. Juicing, keeping it clean. Let's see. Last week, weird week, you know? It was like a Monday, and I looked at my calendar, and I had nothing but to host the At the Drive-In concert on Wednesday. It was a special benefit at the drive-in, back together, fired up, can't wait. I've been waiting for this for 3 months. I go down to the Fonda on Wednesday and interview Omar for the podcast, which will be out next week, by the way. It was supposed to come out today, but I got the order wrong. So Omar will be out next week. But I go down, I host the show, a fantastic, it was a benefit for an organization called Smile. So look that up. Smile does pediatric therapy for kids, which is very cool. At the drive-in, absolutely exploded the place. And man, I was in heaven, just sitting on the stage watching this amazing band just destroy. If you don't have any At the Drive-In records, come on, man, what are you doing? Immediately go to iTunes and get their records, or pick up some vinyl. So that was my Wednesday night, and I was just like, wow, I don't really have any spots this weekend. Kind of a bummer. And out of nowhere, I get an incredible call from Bill Burr. He's like, hey, you want to do Friday, Saturday, Riverside, and Long Beach? I was like, oh, fuck. It's like that's like someone calling up and saying, hey, you want to be completely happy? You know what I mean? Just insane. That's like the best call you could get. Bill Burr, do you want to open up these 2 epic theater shows? And I was like, oh, God, yeah. Which, by the way, the Long Beach show, and I tweeted about it quite a bit, was at the Terrace Theater, where Richard Pryor recorded the best comedy special of all time, Richard Pryor Live in Concert. Came out in 1978. It was shot at the Terrace Theater. I was obsessed with it, read all kinds of stuff about it over the years, and boom, there we are in that theater on Saturday. We did the same drive up the back driveway that Pryor did with his lady. We walked right in the same area he did, and we were on the same stage, and it was, let me tell you, I've done a lot of things, and this was epic. Like top, man. Sold out crowd, which if you're a new listener from that show, welcome. What an amazing, amazing night. And also the Friday night at Riverside, at the Fox Theater, man. That place was built in 1929, and they premiered Gone with the Wind out there before they showed it the next night in Hollywood. They wanted to make sure the sound and everything was all synced up, so they showed it out in Riverside at this theater. And it was beautiful, and the Riverside crowd was fire also. I was pretty charged up when we got home. I got off at Bill's house, and I was going to just Uber out of his house, but I decided to walk like a couple miles to a diner and just shake off this buzz of electricity. I was just amped from the night. It was just insane. It pretty much spilled all night. I was just laying around like, wow, going over it in my head like amazing. And a few amazing things about it. One of the most amazing things is Bill Burr sold that place out. He has nothing but amazing, amazing fans. And Bill crushed it. Every seat in that place, 3,010 seats, had asses in them. And when you look out at that crowd, I know how hard it is to get people to come to shows. And he's been doing comedy 24 years. And it is paying off all those years of all those bad clubs and plane delays and shitty hotels and just fucking writing and bombing and killing and just all the, comic stuff. 24 years. And there it was, just paying off, man. It just so proud, man, of him, man. That guy is just, and he's the nicest dude ever. So thank you, Bill Burr. I could go on and on and on, but it was insane. And to top it all off, my buddy calls me on Thursday and says, I got an extra ticket to see David Gilmour at the Hollywood Bowl. You want to go? Oh, fuck. I go see Gilmour, 5th row. Like, what kind of life? I just kept thinking by Sunday I was just going to die. Like, you ever have like just a great week and you go, something's going to go wrong. I'm just going to die. You know what I mean? Like, everything was great. So enough of that. I don't want to be sitting here just going, yeah, man, fuck, great. You know, but it was. We're going to get into the guest today. It is Scott Holiday from Rival Sons. I've been pumping this band for 4 years on this podcast. I had Miley on first. Then I had Jay, the singer, Jay Buchanan. And then I had Scott on about a year ago. And Scott returns to the show and talk about hard work. Again, if you look at shit happening, it's always, if you open the back door and look behind, it's going to be all hard work. There's not going to be any secret tunnels or handshakes or magic that gets you something great. You could have connections all day long, but if you can't deliver at the end of the day, you didn't do the work, you're going to fucking collapse. Rival Sons has done the work. You know? I mean, look at the records. 2009, Before the Fire. 2011, Pressure and Time. 2012, Head Down. 2014, Great Western Valkyrie. Come on, man. 4 fucking records. Now, brand new record coming out. Hollow Bones. June 10th. Hear the single right now on iTunes. It's incredible. This band knocked me out the first time I ever heard them. I heard the song Pressure and Time. I lost my mind like, wow, who is that band? Bought the record. The entire record blew me out. White Noise, Burn Down Los Angeles, Save Me, and of course, Face the Light, which I think is one of the best songs I've heard in 10 years, Face the Light. Then Head Down. Unbelievable record. I mean, and then Great Western Valkyrie. All 3 totally different, totally great. I love these guys, and it's paying off. They landed the Black Sabbath tour. They're out with Sabbath for 17 months. They just toured with Deep Purple, so in between the 2 tours, they cut a new record, which is Hollow Bones, just busting their fucking ass. And now look, out with Sabbath. Unbelievable. I'm going to see him at the Hollywood Bowl in September. And I love these guys, and I'm so glad that Scott's back on. Such a great guy. He could have easily just said, dude, I'm only got a week off a tour. I can't be podcasting. I'm fucking burnt. But nope. He said, come down. Let's talk rock. So kick back, guys. Get into this. Before I start it up real quick, don't forget, if you want to donate to the podcast, hit patreon.com/Dean Del Rey. And also, if you ordered a shirt, the new Dean Markley style Dean Del Rey shirt, they're all going out this week. Quick tour dates. April 22-23, I will be at La Jolla Comedy Store. April 29th, Fresno at Frank's Place downtown. May 17th through the 22nd, Reno, Nevada, Laugh Factory at the Silver Legacy. And June 28th through July 2nd, the amazing Comedy Works in Denver. Those are the road dates coming up. Keep the emails coming if you want. DeanDelRey@yahoo.com. And I love all you guys. What a fucking great week you guys are going to have. Light the candles. Scott Holiday. Yeah.
The Breakfast Series.
Yeah, Breakfast Series. The return of Scott Holiday. Here I am in Huntington Beach again at some other restaurant.
Somehow I've just decided to make all of our interview series a breakfast series of all my favorite little joints at home.
Yeah, what is this place? It's a killer coffee shop.
You know what? I lived around the corner years ago, and this thing has been a bunch of different coffee shops. Now it is called the Sit and Stay Cafe, and it's generally a place where people bring their dogs and have their coffee and bagels. And I don't have a dog right now, but I like everyone else's dog.
Yeah.
I like to pet the dogs.
I'm like that. I'm like
Yeah.
that too because we're always on the road.
Right.
You really want to have a dog, but in reality, you're like, I can't do that. I mean, that's stupid to say to you who's got like a family and stuff, you know, like you have kids and
I
stuff.
want to pet my kids too. But
Yeah.
I can't always pet them. Anyway, yeah, I would have a dog if I was home more. I definitely have a dog right now, but when the kids are dying, Daddy, please, puppy or a kitty or something.
Yeah.
I want a creature. I talk to your mom. I don't know.
What kind of dog would you get?
I grew up with golden retrievers.
That's a great dog,
That's my
right?
favorite. I mean, it's like every dog, every breed has like a thing that they do, you know?
Yep.
You got like Rots and Dobermans and German Shepherds. They're like trained guard dogs, right?
Yeah.
You've got, what are the breeds? Like all the hunting dogs.
Yeah. Like the
got
fox retrievers
Yeah.
and stuff.
You got like the border collie that's like, you know, the sheep dogs, you know what I mean?
Yep.
These kind of things. They're amazingly smart. The golden retriever seems like it was just bred to love and give super hugs and like
Same with the
play.
lab. Chocolate lab. You see it, he's
Love
just
a
like,
chocolate
I'm
lab.
chilling with you.
Bred to be buddy.
I'm a French bulldog guy.
Love
I
those.
absolutely worship them, man.
Love them.
There's just something like I just see him and I just man, it puts me into a chill mode.
Honestly, if I got a dog right now, it'd be hard to not get a rescue dog.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
'Cause there's something really charming about a good mutt
Yeah.
and the whole rescue thing, you know?
I know a lot of people that got great rescue dogs. They're just
Yeah.
so like, wow, you score.
Mostly people I know that have dogs recently have gotten them
Yeah.
are rescue dogs, and they're the best. It's like the dogs know. They give you the look. They're looking up at Master like, dude,
Yeah, exactly.
you're what'd you get, the P-Jack sandwich?
Yeah, what P-Jack? What's that stand for?
Pepperjack.
Okay.
I wanted it to be more creative.
Yeah. P-Jack was an old pirate that used to hang out here in the back, and he ordered this every day, so we named it after him.
Here's your bagel, matey.
I'm eating like a poor man's egg McMuffin here.
The Popeye Jack.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So you guys have done my podcast. This is your second time, and see, you did the podcast, and you guys got famous. So I'm waiting for the gold records. The gold records hanging on my wall.
I think you're the lucky charm, man. Thank you, Dean.
But shit, man, things have so drastically changed. It's funny because I think about the day I was at the 101 Cafe, and my buddy said, I put that Rival Sun CD in the jukebox there.
Love it.
I play it for years. But my buddy goes, hey, man, that band's here, Rival Sons. They're in the lobby. And I'm like, whoa, what? Really? And I run out, and you guys are there. And you were doing like an awards show at the Fonda.
Oh, that's right. No, we
Or
were
at
doing
what was it? It was some kind of 2-song thing at the Palladium.
At the Palace.
Palace. The
That's
old
it,
Palace, yeah.
Yeah, we were doing the Classic Rock Awards.
It's called the Avalon now or
Avalon,
something.
yes.
And I guess what? Ozzy and Sharon are there and they see you.
That's it.
And this is how it happens. What happens? Let's talk about it.
Amongst all the other illustrious, super famous classic rock people, which is really all that's there. If you're, at one of these events, it's Classic Rock Magazine, so they're honoring the royalty of rock, essentially. And then a few new bands like ours are there, and they asked us. We were nominated for Great Western Valkyrie. They had nominated for Album of the Year, which is
Killer.
awesome. And they,
which is a great magazine, by the way.
I love that mag.
It's a $20 mag in the States,
I
but
know. Harder to find. You got to go to like a Borders or whatever, and
but it's so worth it.
super dope.
Killer photos. Zeppelin seems to be in every episode, every mag.
I think they're in every one. Yeah. For a while there, we were in every one. God bless them.
That's so great, right?
Anyway, we got nominated, so we were going, and then they had asked us also to play because they have like a few bands through the night, and we're like, wow, it's in town for us. Of course, we'd love to do it. It sounds fun. So we do 2 songs, I think. I kept thinking it was 3, but I think it was really only 2 songs.
Yeah.
And the crowd was amazing to us. They actually gave us a standing ovation.
Wow.
Everybody asses out of seats and stuff, and Ozzy and Sharon were front row. We went back to our little trailer doodad, and they ended up coming back, and the whole crew, their kids and them, and kind of doing their,
Oh my God, we loved it so much.
Ozzy,
Is that your Sharon?
That was my Sharon. And then Ozzy comes over and he goes,
Oh, look, man, honestly, it's the best band I've seen in years, all right? Honestly, really, really fucking great band, all right?
and I'm like, oh my God, this is almost like being on the show right now. And, and the kids were there. Kelly was there. And
They should have been listening to my podcast. They would have known about you guys 4 years ago.
I know. Well, apparently people, they had heard of us, and it was just kind of like things aligned. They were actually seeing it, and it, like, apparently knocked their socks off. So thank God it did. And they pretty much on the spot, Sharon went, we're doing a tour. We're doing a Black Sabbath tour. We want you guys to open.
Right on the spot.
Pretty much. I mean, not like locking it down, but
Right.
telling us to, all of us, and our manager was there, and everybody going, we want you to do this. And we were like, if there's really a tour happening, we are definitely in.
It's so crazy, too. Did you grow up on Sabbath? Of course I did.
Of course.
So...
I play guitar. I play rock and roll guitar.
I know.
I grew up on Sabbath.
But you never know. Some people are like, oh, I was later on. I was into, Nine Inch Nails or something.
No, I was Paranoid and the first record. Mostly those were my two real, everyone... With every band, you have records that you gravitate to. People will be, I was a Zeppelin guy. But really, you just, were a Fizz Graph and a Houses of the Holy guy. Or I'm a huge Zepp fan, and all you listen to was Forever. There's people like that. For me, Sabbath, I'll go through the catalog, all right, kind of. But really, honestly, Paranoid and the first record are still.
For me, man, it really is Mob Rules with Dio.
That's the one, huh?
It's so fucking amazing. Also, I love the Born Again record with Ian Gillan. I saw that tour.
You're going deep.
I really like that record. It was
I also just did a tour with Ian, which was amazing, with Deep Purple.
Oh, that's right. You guys, yeah, that's crazy because you toured with Deep Purple.
And then into Sabbath.
Yeah, let's talk about it a little bit. So you got Great Western Valkyrie out.
Yeah.
You're out working the shit out of it like you guys do. You tour 100, 200 shows a year. You're just out doing it. And you land this great tour, Deep Purple, which is a great tour in
Right.
Europe. It's fantastic. And in the middle of that, all of a sudden you get offered the Sabbath tour. And things start to change in your mind, right? Like, holy shit, where are we going to have a chance to do a record? Most bands in this era from, say, 90 on up would just go, well, we'll just tour Great Western Valkyrie for the entire 3 years.
And we thought about it,
Right.
to be honest, because we're going into the holidays.
Yeah.
So we actually got, proposed the Sabbath tour pretty early, because a tour like that takes a long time to work out.
Right. So secretly?
Well, yeah, it was under wraps, and we were trying to logistically work it out. It's so long; it goes so many places. We have to really, for a band like us, we got to financially figure this out. We
Right.
fund those tours and stuff. We don't take tour support.
Right. There is no tour support on your label, right?
For young people that don't know what that is, or older folks that don't know that's when the label gives us money to go on the road, and then we pay it back eventually. We don't borrow money because we're basically owners. We own our catalog and own our tours, and this is really
You own your catalog already.
correct. So this is really like the new paradigm. I'm just cutting in a thing I think everyone should know right now.
I think so.
I get asked this all the time. How do you survive in this climate, right?
Yeah.
Because everyone's like, where are the record labels, And they're, even if you do get on a record label, they're trying to get your merch. They're trying to get your touring. They're
360 deal.
The 360 deal, exactly. They want a piece of everything. And I don't know if this is a thing in the comedy world too, or I don't even know if comedy
Comedy's a whole
records are
different
even a thing. I don't even
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
We're in a crazy place right now.
Yep.
With all this shit, but so that's what the labels do. They try to have their hand in the cookie jar really, really hard. So for us, we decided, no.
How did you negotiate that early on? It's an indie deal, and you're like, look, we just want to own our stuff.
We had all signed deals. I mean, I personally signed a recent deal to Atlantic.
I remember your other band.
For a whole bunch
we
of
talked
money.
about it. Yep.
And you just learn stuff, and the other guys had signed deals with other labels, and I just knew coming into this band and into our next business move, I'm not gonna do it that way. We're gonna do it our way.
But how did you negotiate that? Is what I'm saying. It's like
I have a great manager, man. I got a great manager, and
that's some Peter Grant shit there.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
and really, I mean, the label we worked with, they wanted to make a fair deal. They knew that it was so weird being the death metal label asking for a band like us. And,
Yeah.
honestly, we already had a lot of good stuff on the table, and I think they saw a lot in us, thank goodness, and we knew we had some good stuff coming up. We could feel it in the band, so we probably led with this kind of bravado, like, we ain't taking no shit, and we ain't getting bossed around like that. And they came in actually really early with a pretty negotiable, fair kind of deal, and we went, yep, that's how we're going to do it. And kind of like, we'll give you a chance to try, not only being a death metal label, but this is going to be really fair for us too.
Yeah.
We'll work our asses off, and we didn't take a lot of money up front. All we took was really money to buy a van to tour in.
Right.
That was it. We took every cent of what we got on the front of our first deal with this band and bought a van.
Yeah.
And toured our asses off in that van, fixed it up, put a cage in so we can load all the gear in,
Yep.
put another bench in that would turn into a bed. Relentless touring in that thing. So anyway, that's the new paradigm. The point I was making here is that is the new paradigm. You have to own as much as you can of your publishing, of your records, of your touring. Don't borrow too much money. Only take what you really, 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 really bare bones need to, and pay that back, and then start making money.
Yeah.
Because with like a big record deal, I made this analogy years ago, and I call it digging a well. When you go to a big record label, it's like they're just giving you free water all day. But they can just withhold that water all of a sudden, and the water's gone.
Yeah.
And you're thirsty as hell going, where do I get my water? You're knocking at the label, and they're like, no more water, man.
You just
Water's
die out
over.
there on the
You're
road.
going to die.
Dehydration.
So for me, I came up with the analogy and said, I don't want no more free water. I drank enough free water in my life. I'm going to do something called digging a well.
Yeah.
And when I need water, I'm going to go to my well, and I'm just going to get the water I need, So that's what this business is. It's the well, We go to it when we need it, and we make our own way with it.
I think in this day, too, a lot of people think that old thought of selling out and stuff is kind of really gone. I think your music could actually be great on a car commercial or something and then fund you guys. As bummer as that might sound, it would keep the band going.
We've mentioned Cadillac in a couple
That's
songs.
That's exactly what
We've been trying to get them to put it.
I can hear it on Cadillac.
And we're super humble and prepared to get paid in cars.
Yeah.
If they want to pay us all in cars, I'm totally cool with that.
Yeah, right. That new CTS.
I'm
CTV,
crazy.
That sedan.
Oh, the wagon, dude. I'm crazy for the
They
wagon.
discontinued the wagon this
and they
year.
got to go back and get me one of the old ones, man.
Oh, they can find you one.
I'm going to murder that thing out.
That thing's great, that wagon, right?
It's actually got the G meter inside of it, like what's on a fighter plane.
Yeah.
I think the only other thing that has a G meter that rates how many G's you're
G-force.
pulling. I love it.
Yeah. The wagon is so dope because you're in this complete hot rod, but you can just put some stuff in the back and everything, and it looked mean, too.
I got my kids back there.
Yeah, because you got a Flex right now. That's what Louis has, CK.
Love the Flex.
Yeah, he's got the Flex. They discontinued
It's
that.
super spacious, and it's got plenty of pickup for me.
Yeah.
Have you seen Daddy's Home?
Yeah, it's so great. That film is actually funny. I went to see it, like, when I'm on the road, I'll just see a movie that I'm like, I'll just burn some time up and see this.
I'm such a kook. I swear that I've been doing that monologue, both Will's and Mark Wahlberg's monologue. I've done that to my buddies. Like, man, you really got to check out the Flex, man. There's so much room. We've got tons of pickup, man. This thing's great.
I tell you what, that motorcycle scene made me laugh so fucking hard, man. I was rolling in my seat,
Good flick.
So, back to the original thing, though.
The show, the Ozzy Sabbath.
No,
Deep
I was
Purple.
talking about how you got the Deep Purple tour, and then you could easily tour this record for 3 years.
Oh, yeah.
And your band, it's funny, I feel like I've been following your band 15 years because of how many records are out, but it's really only like 5-6 years.
That's it. Yeah.
And I was talking to Cedric about this from at the drive-in last night. They were a lot of people when they interview him, they go, "Man, you're so prolific." And he's like, "No, it's just the other people are lazy." You know what I mean? Like in the 70s, bands were prolific, 2 records a year.
Yeah.
And you guys do a record a year, like 70s style. So there had to be a point where you're like, should we go and do a record in between this time?
What we did was we had the Sabbath thing on the table. We were negotiating it. And then we got proposed this Deep Purple thing. And we're like, wow, we're going for the classic rock takedown. The big takedown. Are we going to do this? all right, let's do this. So we have to make a new record because the Sabbath thing is no let up. We'll have no time. We can't it's like a month on month off with them, and we're busy on those months off. We can't come home for a month off and not be with our families, not come home.
Right.
We can't go do North America for 7 weeks and then go right into the studio in Nashville away from our loved ones or whatever, and then jump right back out into Australia or whatever,
Yeah.
It'll kill us. We'll go cross-eyed. My kids will forget.
And you might write a
is.
shitty record too.
We just might be bad-spirited, right?
Yep.
So what we did was instead we had to call back like 2 weeks or something of the Deep Purple tour.
Yeah.
And before we went in, we just I went out with them. We went right into the studio. We were on a break, and we did like 3 weeks about exactly out in Nashville total, and finished the record. Wrote it, recorded it,
And
mixed it.
and the same way, you always go in with no material, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you write the record in the studio.
That's how we do it.
And were you coming up with riffs, of course, at sound checks and stuff on the tour? Did you have some riffs stocked up?
There's always stuff coming, yeah, but it's weird because you think you would need to do that, right?
Right.
Like have a little catalog. The truth is, man, something different happens when we all get together and get the game
juices
face
going,
on.
right?
The game face
it's so
on.
true.
Because
It's like-
I will write.
If I sit around and write jokes at the coffee shop, I'm not as in the lights in the deer's eyes, to where you're on stage and you're like, I got to start writing. You start writing on stage,
You feel the spirit or whatever. You feel the energy
Totally.
you feel the energy of a room.
The juice.
You feel what's working.
Yeah.
It's like immediate. That didn't work. Bye. This is working. I'm gonna work with this. You can, and it's the same way with music. You can feel a direction immediately. Like once I'm looking at Dave, the producer. I'm looking at my band and just seeing them, and everything's plugged in, and you start playing. No, that. Oh yeah, that. Here we go. That, and everyone turns around and goes, yeah, that, and you go, yep. Just making that up right now. That other thing I played that I said no, that thing's out. I had that for 3 months. That thing's gone. It's never coming back again. This new thing that just happened, that's what we're doing right now. We're doing it all day till we're done. Bam. And that's
Lightning in a bottle.
That's it,
Organic,
Yeah, I try to say recording a lot of the time for a lot of bands. For me, early on in my career too, it's like constructing. It's like you're building something. You're building this magnificent building, You're like an architect, and you work really hard and long, and that's not what we're doing.
Yeah.
This band, what we're doing is like throwing a net over a wild animal. We're trying to capture something, not construct and build something from the ground up. We're trying to... Something already lives.
Yeah.
It's like,
And not also, there's such a magic to that. Even later on, if you walk away and you go like, well, we probably could have worked for months and come on other stuff, but you think about it way too much.
We're creative. We can continually work and never come out of the studio ever. We love it. We all want to write. I have a few records in me on my own, lyrically, melodically, musically, riff-wise, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. I can just write a few records on my own. I know for a fact that Jay could write a few records on his own right now.
Absolutely.
Today. We could both get started
Yeah.
on our own careers and our own thing, and there'd be no problem. Not one record. There's probably a few ready and waiting right now in us. But, this is how we do this band. That's what it is. We don't take too much time. You don't want to think too much. We're very, very busy anyway. And it's what's kind of deconstructed rock and roll and a lot of music, if you think about it. And I know you agree. It's people that just spend too much time.
Totally. All your great records, you always hear, Zeppelin and stuff, 10 days, 2 weeks. We only had the studio for this amount of time. So
And
we
it's not
went
like I think
presents,
it's not like I think that's going to work for everyone, and it's not like I'm looking down on anyone or patting our backs or anything like that. It's just this works for us, and it's an ethos that's like real for us. It's true. It's not like we're trying to it's not big dickery. It's not like, let's show everyone what we can do. It's not that. It's really the honest thing of God, I don't know what would happen if we took 6 months, a year to do this. We might make a total piece of shit. But I do know if we just take a couple weeks to get in there and write and work and get chased in the corner with the sharp stick kind of idea and throw the net over the wild animal, we like it. We like what we hear. And luckily, a lot of people have been digging it too, because for God's sakes, we make the record for ourselves first.
Yeah.
So there could be that record too, where we're like, we love that. This is our best record, and our fans are going, this really sucks, man. You guys should. And people will try to talk shit. You'll hear a lot of people on boards or in the world going, man, those guys should try to like work on songs a little bit longer. You'll always get one out of like 100 guys like trying to talk shit.
That's
and
just, and they haven't wrote one song ever.
Yeah. That guy works at Dunder Mifflin selling paper.
Yeah, exactly. As I look at the catalog, let's just go like Pressure and Time. Then you go Head Down, Great Western Valkyrie. They're all pretty different. Of course, the first one was the one that I gravitated towards. Pressure and Time, kind of Zeppelin stuff. And the next one I think is kind of like the Animals kind of flavor. And then this last one was, they're all three way different. I keep thinking in my mind, time for a psychedelic record. You know what I mean? I really think that you guys are the band that, like, I'm going to see Gilmore tonight.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And
that's great.
I know, right?
It's one of my tops. I mean, there was definitely a time in my life that he was my number one.
Well, I could tell because when you listen to Destination, you can hear some.
That is definitely an homage.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is an homage to
absolutely.
David. Yeah.
But I really feel I would like to hear a psychedelic record from you guys.
There's always little tinges, like you mentioned, Destination.
Totally.
There's always a and I think especially before the fire, actually, you know what I mean? You're going to hear a lot more because that was even before Jay, so I didn't really have a partner to write with. I had to write all that stuff on my own, really, with Dave Cobb. So you're hearing a lot more of the more far outside of me because I didn't have a songwriter really yet, so I'm a guitar player. This is what I'm feeling.
Yeah.
And there's things on every record really potentially in that psychedelic world. The Manifest suite,
of course,
is pretty outside, and
I love that. That's almost a little to me like Nuge,
Sure,
of course, I love that. Like Stranglehold,
little strangle in there.
Absolutely. That's what I love about your band. There's some flavor, but you guys are definitely yourself. And like I said,
funny thing, there was never even an inkling of this is Stranglehold when we put it down. It takes, like, for us, it all comes out in the wash once we're all done, and you listen back and oh yeah, you know what, that does sound like this or like that. We were not going for a Stranglehold, but in retrospect, and then kind of like bringing it forward, that is kind of got a little. And I love me some Stranglehold.
Hell yeah,
but
that's what I'm saying. You guys have some flavor, but you definitely are you guys.
Thank goodness for that.
That's what's great because I've said it over and over. Many times people will turn me on to bands and I'll be like, oh yeah, they got the outfits, but they don't got the songs. Or it doesn't feel, like there's some bands I don't need to name, but I'll see them and I'll just be like, yeah, it feels put together.
When you sit around your haters club
and
y'all sit around and go, that motherfucker, he ain't got one riff in him. I really like his pants, but I do not like his solo style.
So same producer, same studio. Don't fix what's not broken, right?
We've thought about doing it with different people, and
who do you toss around in your mind besides what you're doing?
Well, we've tossed around the idea of Dave Sardi, but he's not really doing that much these days. He's fantastic though, and he had some years ago, maybe 7 years ago or something like that, he had a really big bright moment with Wolfmother on the first thing. Yeah. And then in the same breath, another Australian band, what you call them?
Jet?
Yes, those are the guys. He did these two records, right? They were so really great, cool records,
Oh, they had it. Wolfmother's first record just sounds incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, most people just know him for Woman, that song, but that record,
I love that first record.
Top to bottom, great.
I think it's fun.
The keyboard player was incredible.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the singer, Andrew, he was great.
Andrew's great. I mean,
totally.
Great sounding record.
Great sounding record.
But you can hear Dave all over it, and you can hear Sardi all over the Jet record too. Like, oh, this is your thing you're doing.
Yeah.
And then he did another great thing with Oasis. So he was just like on a
Who?
With Oasis.
Oh, he did an Oasis record?
Yeah, so
Which one? The Standing on the...
No, Don't Believe the Truth. Which one was it?
Well, the last one?
Trying to remember the
That
name
last
of it.
Oasis record was
I'm terrible
great.
about it. I'm in another world right now.
I hear you, dude. I mean,
Anyway,
Oasis,
so we've tossed his name out there. We've tossed a few names out there, but really not too hard. Really, I mean,
Yeah.
we really love Dave. Dave, we're the same age. I've done Before the Fire with Dave before we were all together, and then really just every record we've done is with him, and he really is a fifth member. We write together. I trust him. His pedigree is such. It's a good fit, and hot damn, he's on a hot streak. He knows how to keep things real pure. It's really hard to find guys that know how to record like that these days too, that are going to have a Helios and this kind of equipment and the kind of mics we like to use and the kind of pre's and compressors and techniques, and kind of interested in using modern and old techniques, and are very interested in capturing the wild animal instead of leading with their fear, their crummy Pro Tools skills or whatever. It's pretty weird. You know
Cut
what I
and
mean?
paste, man.
Like even people have tried to put us with legends like Eddie Kramer and old producers and stuff. It sounds fun. It sounds cool, but to some degree, I think a lot of people from the old day are trying to catch up to now, and it's like you had it right. You already had it right. You just don't know it. So put the computer down and go back to the Ampex or whatever.
Exactly.
And just do that. Just
Let's
own
get some
that.
2-inch tape going here.
Just own it, yeah. And we do
Also,
both.
I think there's so much more on the line when you're recording on 2-inch tape. It costs money. You can't just keep, we'll just cut 100 takes of it and put it all together. You're like, let's run it like 2 or 3 times, and that's going to be our take.
That's it. And I mean,
It's more real.
we'll do both. We'll use the tools. Of
course.
We'll use the tape. It's not about being it's not about cork sniffery or being cool. And all the kids listening that are in bands, all the people listening that think it's just cool to be analog, it is cool to sound good. That's what's cool. And that might be a new digital something or other. I'm just saying, don't do something because you think it's cool. Do music because it sounds good. You know what I mean? Like, listen to what you're doing. Like, we'll go to 2-inch sometimes and play back and compare. And very easily you're going, yeah, I get the warmth and the compression thing going on there. The Tools thing just sounds a lot better, a lot more alive. Going with the Tools thing. There you go. Drop it in. So we'll do both. But the take, how we do less takes isn't as much based on the tape, but I get your point. It's based on the ethos, If you don't got that thing and like running it a few times together, it ain't happening. You ain't jibbying, And if you can't do any of your songs like that, there's not one song where you're getting it in a take or 2 or 3. You probably just need to go back to the drawing board. Like, go back to playing gigs and playing, you know what I mean? Like, jive together really hard, you know what I mean? Because that's
Get
really
it together.
You want you want to be making music with a group of guys that you guys jive, and you're musically finishing each other's sentences, and there's a lot of mental stuff happening. You're communicating. You're using your telekinesis. You're using your ESPN.
Yeah. Now, you guys go in. How many songs on this? 10 songs? Hollow Bones is the name
Hollow
of the
Bones
record.
is 9 songs.
9 songs.
Yeah.
Excellent cover.
Thank you.
How'd you guys come up with that? It looks a lot like I'm really into guys like Mark Ryden.
I love Mark Ryden.
Yeah, Mark Ryden. It feels a little bit like a Mark Ryden painting a little bit.
I think it's a little more psychedelic and far out to me, but
Yeah.
instead of being Ryden, but it's a great artist named Martin Whitfuth. He's out in New York, and to be honest, it was really innocent. I was looking through paintings and different art sites and stuff while we were recording. I was I think maybe Jay was recording or it was a playback. Kind of listening and going through some different art. And I saw it. And it just jumped out right when I was hearing a playback. I just saw that picture and went, yep. And I saw a bunch of stuff by Martin and I went, yep, this is it. And I kind of didn't tell anyone for a couple weeks. So we were getting towards the end. All right, when we got right to the end, we had decided to name another song a part 2. We had kind of connected these 2 songs, and I went, that's it. The record's called Hollow Bones, and
Yeah.
this is the cover. That's it. So I went to the producer, went to David, and he went, I love it.
Yeah.
And I went to Jay. I'm like, just hear me out on this. And I showed it. Right when he looked at it, he just went, yeah, I love it. It's perfect. That's very rare for us.
Really?
This is a thing between me and him. We'll like go weeks and weeks about covers and names and things. I just kind of threw it out there, and he went, yeah, that's it. Basically, that's how we're going to do it. That's perfect. And
Yeah.
okay, there it is. So
That's awesome.
we reached out, and he ended up doing the whole layout. Totally wanted to like get involved, and I think it was just, it's like that perfect fit. It just worked out, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, the look, it looks like you guys, of course, when you start, you have that classic rock look. And then on the last record, you kind of have more of an old school look of maybe like the band, And now it looks like you guys are back to kind of the cool, like dirtbag look. Jay has an amazing beard. He looks like Jim on the last era. I love it.
He needs to take a bath.
I love dirtbag look when it comes to rock.
No, we're having fun, and I think it's just, you know what it is, man. You just see so many when you're out doing it every night. You're doing pictures every night, and you just see so much stuff on the interwebs and magazines and all that stuff from doing so many shows. You see yourself so many times. You're like, you just got to change it up.
Yeah, totally.
With like the hair and then no hair, and you're just whatever you can do.
It's so true. All our idols changed it up all the time. If you look at Zeppelin, they had the
beard era. They were all kind of shorter at first, and then they got long hair, and then the beards came, and then they kind of tightened it up again. And
yep. And then you get through the outdoors, the 80s look, that 79 Nebworth, skinny ties, and
I'm a big fan of even far out guys like Bowie and Mark Bolan and these kinds of guys. Like, we're huge. Hendrix. Come on, man. All these guys, they went big. The Stones, they all went really big. They enjoyed it, and that was always part of rock and roll. There's a visual.
It's my favorite. I love it.
Yeah, and you know what you really don't like is when you go see a band and they look like the roadies. It's kind of irritating.
You can't tell who's in the band.
It's all part of it. You know what I mean? It's kind of fun.
Even grunge was a look. People don't understand. They're like, we're not gonna have a look. We're gonna be like normal people, and it's like, turns out that is a look. Shorts, Doc Martens, and and flannel. That became a complete look, and even the Gap sold it.
Yeah.
Grunge. Come get your grunge look.
Shame on them.
I'm just saying, everything's a look. Even an anti-look became a look.
For me, I think it's a fun job that we can actually. I've enjoyed style and fashion for a long time in my life, and this is a career that allows it to be fun and do something with it.
Yeah. Take me through the first night of the Sabbath tour. Also, I want to ask you: were there any rules? They're like, look, a lot of headliners have rules. Can't do this.
Don't look me in the eye.
Can't go. Stay away from them. Don't go on the ego ramp. All those kinds of rules. And people don't know those, but when you tour for years, there's rules.
There are rules.
And I respect them because they've been around so long. Any headliner, big one.
We're a pretty respectful bunch, thank goodness, and we have a pretty good reputation for it. So we don't get too policed.
Yeah.
No one's gonna go doo-doo on the stage. No one's gonna bum rush anybody in their room. I think really there wasn't that many rules for us. They were they are really happy we're out apparently. And anytime I see Oz or Sharon or Geese or Tony or any of them, they're always super nice and super happy. Every time I see Sharon, she's, oh my God, we're so happy you're here. Thanks for having us out, Sharon, because everyone knows it's her show, by the way.
Of course.
It's her show.
It's her show.
Yeah.
Everything, Sabbath, Ozzy, anything.
She's running the show.
Yeah.
And she's doing a pretty damn good job.
Yeah, right. But, 17 months.
Yeah. So she's like anti-Sharon, I'm like, oh my God, we're so happy. And she's like, we're so happy you're here.
Is she managing you guys now, or you got to
No. We're managed by our longtime manager, our only manager, Tom Consolo. Yeah. So he's been our guy forever.
That's great.
But the one rule we did get is about drinking, because they're not drinking.
None of them are drinking.
Well, yeah, they are drinking, but it's not out.
Right.
So anytime we're allowed to drink around the site, backstage, and all that, but it's got to be in the red Solo.
Oh, wow.
Can't even be in a clear.
No shit.
Got to be in the Solo.
What is that? Is it like supposed to look like there's just no booze on the tour?
I think they're just trying to. It's just a rule. They're just trying to minimize the look of having too much fun. We try to look like we're having less fun, but we're really having a lot of fun.
Now, when you're negotiating the tour, is one of the first things you negotiate is how long you're going to be on for?
Yeah, that we will negotiate how long the tour is going to go, how many dates they want us.
But I mean, how long is the set time?
How long the set time is very early.
How long is the set time?
For us, our set with Sabbath is 40 minutes.
40 minutes.
Which isn't too bad, really.
Not at all. That's great.
Yeah, they usually do 30 minutes for an opening act, 35 minutes, so 40 is...
It's good.
Yeah, unless you're basically a huge band and they'll give you 45 or an hour or something.
Yeah.
So people complain. They want a little more time. It's amazing how many fans we actually have.
Oh, yeah. I get a lot of tweets coming at me like, Dean, I'm here seeing Rival Sons. Man, oh, yeah, and
Yeah.
also a lot of people were surprised, which I was happy, that you didn't stick to just the full-on rock. You did some of the ballads and stuff, too, which is hard as an opening act.
We really only have time for one down-tempo, one ballad, down-tempo tune. So we've been doing... We've done Jordan on this tour, but we're mostly doing Where I've Been.
Where I've Been, so
and
great.
You can't believe it. To be honest, everyone likes the rockers. Everyone likes to get smashed, and we'll open with like Electric Man and Secret, and
changing it up.
Basically, we're mostly kind of playing one set, which is kind of weird, but it's just such a big audience, and we have to kind of really. A lot of these people have never heard us. So we've kind of made a master set. On a headline tour, we change it a lot because people go multiple nights, and they've seen our songs, so we try to throw in like
deep cuts
and do fancy things, have fun with it. This tour's a little different. It's such a mainstream and a new audience that we're like, let's just give them the super slice. And because a lot of these people never got any of these songs.
Of course.
So mainly we're doing that. And amazingly, I think every night we'll get feedback the most from Where I've Been.
Where I've Been.
That's the one where everyone kind of goes, okay.
Face the Light, boys, is...
Face of Light, yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Thank you.
Here's a good question for you. Is a couple years ago, I was playing your music on KLOS on Sunday nights. I'd go on with Fraser Smith, and I'd play Pressure and Time.
Nice.
Yeah, and now, 2 years later,
they're catching up.
The station manager's like, I love this band. We got to have them on and all this. And it's funny because are you finding this across America? They're starting with Pressure and Time, which is like 4 years old, because that's what KLOS is playing.
For me, we kind of figured after Pressure and Time and Keep on Swinging weren't like massively taken by radio at all. For me, I kind of went, you know what's going to happen? I think people are going to eventually catch up, and they won't know what records from what time.
Exactly. They won't.
I can't say it was a goal, but it was kind of preempted that might happen, and the highest of hopes that would happen, and it kind of is happening now, and that's pretty cool because, like you're saying, we have right now on for the Guitar Hero brand, Keep on Swinging is the song for their whole campaign. Wow. They just wrapped our bus. It's all over TV with Franco and Lenny Kravitz in the commercial with our song. And then, like our hometown big rock station, KLOS, is playing Pressure in Time. They're playing Electric Man. So they're spanning our whole career, and people don't know.
Yeah.
And we own all of the records anyway, so that's great. Go buy any of them.
Yeah. Right.
But it's just great because it's more just like a big Rival Sons movement instead of having to keep up on the new record. And I hope that the new record just reacts the same way. Maybe the new single, but it will bring people back also to Keep on Swinging or something. It'll bring people back to Pressure in Time or Face of Light. It'll bring people to Electric Man or Where I've Been or Open My... It's cool. It's a big thing where you get lost in the catalog. And a lot of my favorite bands, being from the 60s or 70s, At first, that's how it was for me. I don't
You
know.
find them backwards.
I'm having to like become a musical encyclopedia just to keep up with what era was what and understanding it. And I started when I was probably 9 years old, and it wasn't until I was 15 till I had a real firm grasp where like I could name what era, what song was on what record, and what was happening, and who was playing with who throughout their careers. You know what I mean?
Totally.
Knowing
It's like with me.
69, This Is Zeppelin just came out. The Stones are about to do Let It Bleed, like lining everybody up. Like, who's doing what right now? Okay, this makes sense now. How are they all working off of each other? But really, for that first era, you're just going, I just like...
It's just songs. Like me, AC/DC, I hear Sin City.
That's it.
This is the first one. You go, oh, that's killer.
Yeah.
Then I buy If You Want Blood, which is a live record.
Yeah.
Well, now that's got songs on it from all these other records. Then I buy the records. It's all backwards.
That's the big mind scrambler when you buy the live record that spans like 4 records or something. I don't know what's going on. I just like this.
Yeah, right. So anyway, first night of the tour, where was it?
Beautiful Omaha, Nebraska.
Wow.
Pretty weird place to start.
And I mean, you just got to be fucking fired up because, of course, you've been doing huge festivals and tours in Europe for years now. But this is really, the U.S. was always just a club van tour. So this is all of a sudden a bus arena tour on the biggest tour of the year.
We had done a few things in a bus.
Yep.
But nothing really to this magnitude. And we had done like, short stints or one-offs or here and there with some big acts as well. We did a bus tour with Sammy Hagar.
Oh, that's
US.
right.
Yeah, so and then we've done some other stuff, a bunch. We've done stuff with AC/DC. We've done stuff with a lot of people, to be honest. But this
but
was
not like 17 months.
No. Yeah, no. This is and it's the final tour.
Yeah.
Every night's sold out. Every single night sold out. People are rushing to get to their seats even before we get on. Some of these rooms will be packed. 15, 17,000 people when we get on. There's a lot of people in the building.
Wow.
So Omaha, first night, we hadn't seen each other. The band hadn't seen each other for like a month.
Really?
No, we're all busy. We all got lives and shit going on, and we didn't hook up. We couldn't see each other. We were taking care of business before
Fly
the tour.
into Omaha, get on the bus.
We all fly into Omaha, get to our hotel rooms, and we had to fly in because we don't sound check on the Sabbath tour. They do like a meet and greet, so we're not allowed to sound check. We just go cold every night.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Wow. So they do a meet and greet in the arena?
Yeah, this would be like where we would sound check. They're like doing like a selected 50 people get to come watch them sound check.
Wow.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh,
You can do it too for $1 billion.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Throw your $1 billion in, you get to watch them sound check.
Seen it with the Stones, everybody.
Yeah. So we couldn't sound check.
Dude,
so
if
we
I was
thought,
a fan back in the day and I could go see AC/DC sound check with Bon,
I know.
I would have got my paper route money together and been there.
Oh, and I dropped in on the first few sound checks. I was there.
Yeah.
In the back.
Yeah.
Filming. And they take everyone's phones away before they even go in.
Oh, yeah.
First day, me and Michael are in there, just iPhones out, waving them, just filming the whole thing. They didn't take them. I got that footage.
That's so great.
Anyway, so we go to the hotel. We got in a day early. Since we're not sound checking, we decided let's go a day early, make sure everything works, all kind of play together, play a couple songs on the stage.
Yeah.
And then we'll play the next day, right? So that's what we did. We showed up in my front of house. Neil McDonald actually surprised us with our rigs. And he ended up, I usually go out with 2 full stacks and a couple heads, and he had talked to them. And I have 8 cabinets on this tour.
Whoa, rock.
Yeah, he had them all lined up.
No shit.
Yeah, and he put my heads in this nice big road case, and it's just this big arena rig. And
whoa, shit.
Same thing on Dave's side, this massive Ampeg rig, and he's like, yeah, bro, what do you think, buddy?
Wow, that's fucking cool.
So that was fun. He didn't tell us, so we walked into this arena, and it was all of our stuff on stage, and we went, oh, yeah, bro.
Wow.
So that's fun. And we played, and then everything sounded great, went back to our rooms. Next day, came early, went to the Sabbath sound check. ta-da.
Yeah.
Whoa, there they are. Dude, nobody's here. I'm
Is Ozzy
filming
there?
it. Ozzy's there.
Wow.
We're staying in this little hotel, and Ozzy's like 5 doors down from me on the same floor.
Really?
And you can hear him and Sharon like talking. Sounds like arguing to me, but I think that might be them normal talking.
Yeah.
You can hear them. And it's loud, like holy shit. Like if you're next door to them,
Yeah.
that shit's loud.
Wow.
So Todd ended up, our keyboard player Todd was actually next door. So he was hearing that shit all day, all night.
Wow.
I go down, and there was another time I had come up back to my room, and I can hear Ozzy warming up, and I'm like, oh my God, Ozzy doing vocal exercises. Taped it at the door. Sorry, Oz, I have it on tape. I won't share it with anyone.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I have it.
That's so good. That's so great.
So then we go to do the show, and it is pretty rammed first night, Omaha. There's a lot of people there.
Yeah.
And we do our set. We play a good set. So we feel comfortable. It's usually like that for us, the first sets. We're less of a warm-up band, and of course it gets better and better because you just get tighter and tighter or whatever.
It's like comedy.
We always swing really hard and ninja kick out of the gate. You want to like start it off with the boom, with the bang.
Totally.
So we threw a ninja kick, couple roundhouses,
Nunchucks.
like chop sueys, the whole deal. And it was great. So the first night we walk off stage, get a full-blown whole floor of the arena in Omaha stands up, get a standing O first night.
No shit.
Felt really good. Make you want to cry.
Wow.
Make you want to go run to the back and
Yeah.
do a super roundhouse.
And be like, shit is happening.
Yeah.
After all these van rides.
Yeah.
Here we are.
It was nice. A real nice way to start it off. I watched a lot of the Sabbath show after that, and we stayed a little bit later. The bus didn't leave, so everybody had cleared out. And I just, I have a couple mutual friends with Tony, the guy who makes all my suits. I have suits made.
Yeah.
All these things I wear on rack. There's things I design with the guy named Ray Brown, who's a really, really prolific, great designer.
He makes rock clothes.
He makes rock and roll clothes.
Ray
and
Brown?
suits. Yeah.
Has he got a website?
Oh, yeah.
What is it?
I think it's just Ray Brown. Is it RayBrownFashion.com?
I'll check it out.
Ray Brown Clothing, Ray Brown Fashion, I believe. And you can find him on all the Twitters and Facebooks and all that bullshit. But he also does Tony. He's done Tony for years and
No
years
shit.
and years. Yeah, so Tony was wearing his stuff, and I'm wearing his stuff. He does like Arctic Monkeys and Muse, and
that's
did
cool.
Lady Gaga. Tons. I've used him since the end of Pressure in Time. I think I started with him. And now every tour, I just make like a collection basically for the album cycle.
That's dope.
Instead of like rummaging through like shops and figuring out, I just have a rack of suits and go, tonight, this one. Makes it
Yeah.
way easier for me.
Totally.
But so I decided, oh man, Don Airy is a good friend. He's the keyboard player, famous keyboard player.
Is he in there?
He's with Purple, and he destroys. He's amazing. He's like one of the greatest ever. So
yeah, he played on those great Sabbath.
Yeah.
I mean, Ozzy solo
records.
records.
That's right.
Diary
So-
of a Madman and Blizzard.
On the Deep Purple tour, we all became really close. Actually, we all became good pals, and especially Don. First day with Purple, he came up on stage and just stood behind me during the first sound check on the Deep Purple thing, and I'm like, "Who is this guy on stage during our sound check? This is strange."
Yeah.
This old fella just kind of like on stage with me.
Yeah.
What's up, buddy? Because I wasn't recalling.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Hi, I'm Don Airy," and I'm like, "Oh shit!" Hit the floor. The floor. I get off touching the feet. Don Airy, dude. And he ended up being a real big fan, so we became really good friends. And his son does teching Mike Airy is his tech. Anyway, Tony and him are very close, so I decided I'm going to go see Tony, and I want to talk with them. And we got these mutual pals and to talk about stuff, and I'm just enamored. I want to break through it right now.
Absolutely.
I got to get over it. It's a
I'm
long
like
tour.
that too, man.
So I actually go back to his room, and I'm like, I'm going to go back. I go, "Is Tony still here?" And they go, "Yeah, he's the only one left." Perfect. That's what I want. So I go back, and his guy's right out front, and he goes, "Yeah, hang on one sec." And he goes back there, and comes back. He goes, "Yeah, no problem. Come in." So I go back to his little realm, and Tony's in there, just him and his manager in there alone. And it's a dry tour, right? We had just heard first night, dry tour, no drink. Okay, we're being cool. Tony's getting a couple Coronas out, and he's like, "Hey, mate, have a beer." And I'm like, "Oh, my God.
Wow.
He drinks.
Yeah.
I'm having a beer with Tony Iommi right now."
Wow, that's so great.
So we have a beer, and Michael's with me, my drummer. Because I told him. Michael knows.
Yeah.
Because Miley's afraid. He'll like go a whole tour, won't talk to anyone. He knows that I'm going to go first night. I'm going to go meet Tony, so he's staying with me. Like, I'm going to stay with you. I know you're going to go meet somebody, and I go, I'm going right now. You should go with me. And he's like, oh, I'm going. We go. We have beers with Tony, and it's just as friendly as you would hope it would be, man. I mean, he first
You
thing he
talking
said
guitars
to me,
with him and shit?
we talk guitars and
SGs?
amps. I mean, the first thing I did, we see each other and give him a hug and thank him for having us out. And he goes, hey, by the way, Don Aries says, what's up? I'm like, that's pretty cool. And I said, Ray Brown says, what's up to you? And
Yeah.
he laughs, and I'm like, grab his jacket. I go, is this Ray? And he goes, nope, I have my other Ray. This is old, though. And I go, he goes, is that Ray? And I go, yeah, this is Ray.
That's the rock shit that breaks the ice.
Yeah. So
Because then he's like, oh, wow, he wears Ray Brown shit. Cool. It's rock and roll.
it was very, very warm and easy, really quick. And I immediately had to tell him, I've met a handful of my favorite guys, and this is kind of just how I must preempt our friendship or whatever it may be. I grew up cutting my teeth on you, and by no means is this just a normal meeting for me, and you're just going to have to deal with that.
Yeah.
It was very strange, and it's like you are a dude and a person and stuff, but you're also the guy that I sat on the edge of my bed and learned every lick, and I spent a lot of time on it, so just going to put that out there. That I'm going to freak out just for a second. He laughed, and then I laughed, and I went, okay, we're done now. We could just be totally... And then it was normal after that. And I picked his brain a little bit, and we had our beer, and
What
cool.
you seeing what heads? Remember, he used to use
Dude,
Laney.
he used Laney all the way.
Still does?
Old Laney's, and that's one of the first things I said.
Wow.
Dude, Tony, God bless you for not fucking up. You could have gone like to some super overly distorted, rectifying diesel 40 gain
Boogie,
stick.
Mesa Boogie.
Could have just fucked it up. Why ruin a good thing? And you didn't. Use the same guitars, use the same heads, use the same parachute wall. You're doing it right. Your shit sounds insane.
Wow.
It sounds insane.
He sounds insane.
His tone is perfect. His playing is impeccable. It's like 73. Like,
He's like a machine.
every night, dude.
It
It's
just
like
comes out like... Dude,
his soloing every night. It's like 73.
You know that shit, and you're just going like, are you kidding? He never misses. He's a lot like Kirk Hammett to me. Kirk Hammett never misses.
He's like a fantastic, unbelievable, huge influence on Kirk Hammett, obviously. And
Of course.
he destroys.
He destroys.
Every night. He just that for me. As
All
a
the
guitar
odds
player,
against
that's my
him. His
favorite
fingers
thing.
get cut off.
Yeah.
He's left-handed. He's got the fake fingertips, and
Yeah.
as a kid, and here he is
Destroying.
He writes some of the biggest
Beats
riffs
Cancer.
of all time. Beats Cancer.
Yeah.
Do they do Hole in the Sky?
No, I don't think
God,
they've
that'd
been
be
doing
so
that.
that'd be so great,
They
right?
change things up here and there, believe it
Yeah.
or not. But Ozzy got sick. He got sinusitis on that first tour, so they had
Yeah.
to drop things more than change things up. You would notice, we know the set, we would see like, 5 songs, they'd go right to like Children of the Grave, like boom, and they're going right to it, instead of
Yeah.
like these 5 or whatever. He's sick.
He got pretty sick.
He actually had to cancel three
Yeah, I
shows.
saw that.
Which is intense for us because that's like...
Because once it cancels, do you guys get money when the
No.
headliner cancels?
No, we do not.
Unbelievable.
And we've got a crew and a bus and travel and a
Yeah.
schedule. So, we'll lose, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. So
Yeah.
for us, that's like 3 shows gone is almost like most of our profit gone in a tour. Like,
Yeah.
oh, wow.
There's no insurance on that, huh?
There is, but it's very, very expensive, and it's for people that are going to like make $1 million.
Yeah. Of course.
It's all sticky. We looked into it, but it's just not right for us because...
Yeah.
Anyway, then we had to make those up, which we lost more money on.
Oh, wow.
Because we had to go. We came home
Yeah.
for a day and had to book flights back up
Oh.
and chartering. And
Why didn't you just stay up there instead of coming home for the
Because
day?
we already had return tickets.
Oh, I gotcha.
And it just didn't make. It's just what it was. You
Yep.
know, it just made more sense to do it that way.
Now, what about...
But he's healthy now. And we on the makeup show last night was in Vancouver, and I swear
Last
to
night?
God. The last
last one. Oh,
night.
yeah.
Yeah, it was
I saw that, man.
The ones we canceled were Calgary, Edmonton, Calgary, and Vancouver. And Vancouver, the final night that we had to make up of the North American tour, Ozzy was in the best form I had ever seen him in yet.
I watched
It was unbelievable.
I couldn't believe it because at points I was watching it going, is this fake? Because I've seen Ozzy probably 40 times. and he was sounding better than he sounded in 30 years.
30, yeah.
Because he used to be like, I'm looking through a hole in the sky. But he'd be like, I'm looking through a hole in the sky. I mean, he's even hitting those weird things where it's hard.
He's a maniac, man.
Yeah.
I think.
He sounded killer.
I don't know if he was just excited that it was the end and he gets a little rest or what it was, but I literally watched him a little from the front. And then I had buddies in a box. And I went over to the box and watched, and I was just going, whoa, bro, this is not the guy I've been touring with. This is deadly.
It was killer. I watched it.
It was like perfect. We couldn't believe it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know, man. That's the one they should have filmed.
They should have filmed
God,
that
that
one.
would have been insane,
It was
right?
insane. Couldn't believe it.
Now, Jay moved to Nashville, huh?
He did.
Just recently? I didn't
Yeah,
even know. I
yeah.
follow him on Instagram, and there he was in a garage building a kitchen table.
There you go. Yeah, he's a journeyman.
What was that about?
Renaissance man.
He was Long Beach forever, right?
Yeah, I think with everything that's going on, I think he's just really wanting to kind of like sow his oats with writing and
Get more for your money out there.
collaborating. I mean, none of us are buying right now.
But I'm just saying, like, you can get
Sure.
a piece,
Sure.
like a bigger space.
We've got tons of friends out there. He surely has a ton of friends. We all have like romanticized about moving out there. It's a beautiful place, you know. It's really
like
cool.
it?
I like it out
It's
there.
cold in the winter, though.
I don't like that.
I don't either.
You know where we are right now. We can like skip a stone to the beach pretty much. I like that. I'm
Yeah.
gonna stay here. I'll probably have a little grandma house when we buy here pretty soon, and he'll probably have like a Scarface Nashville. he'll buy the Grand Ole Opry, and I'll be living in the 2-bedroom.
I always pictured Jay just in like Taos, New Mexico, and like an Adobe.
I'd love to be in a Taos, New Mexico
It's
Adobe.
incredible,
Big sky, baby.
Right?
Yeah.
Beautiful out there.
Yeah, so he's out there now, and I'm really happy for him. He found a great little place to rent, and he's out there with Dave. He'll write a bunch of songs. Like I said,
Is that where Dave's from?
Dave
or-
Cobb?
Is he from there? I'm saying.
No, I mean,
Oh, he moved with him?
I met Dave in L.A., but Dave Cobb, our producer.
Yeah.
He was from Savannah, Georgia, so he's a Southern boy still.
Wow.
And then I met him here in L.A. He was up off of Sunset. And
wow.
then that's how
He was just doing records out here.
Yeah, at the Hollywood Sound, Sunset Sound,
Yeah, Sunset Sound.
the Sunset Sound,
Yeah.
right off of Selma.
Yeah, yeah.
I think that's the one. It's either
That one where
Hollywood or
Black Crowes did a
Sunset.
record. I think they did a record in there.
No, it's not that one. It might be Hollywood Sound, maybe is what
Huh.
it's called. Prince worked there. Prince did his first.
Oh, is it that
record there.
green-looking building?
It's
Right.
behind Sunset.
I know where it is.
And it's-
yeah.
there's
it's on the corner there, and next to it's that old nightclub.
Not a nightclub, no. Next door, there's a coffee shop on. Anyway,
Yeah.
that's where I met Dave. It's slipping my mind. So that's where I met Dave, and then he moved to Nashville. Well, then he did his own studio in Silver Lake, and that's where we recorded Pressure and Time and the EP. And then he moved to Nashville and has a studio there, and that's where he is now. I don't think he's going anywhere.
Yeah.
He just got the Capitol studio from Ben Folds, so
Really?
the legendary room. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. So now he took over that room and has his home.
Is that where you did the new record? A different studio?
He just
Oh, he
got
just
it.
got
We
it.
did
Wow.
it at the house. Yeah,
I
we did
gotcha.
the home studio, which is, I mean, it's a full-fledged studio. It's great.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I'd like to see you guys go out there to Rancho de la Luna.
Oh, dude, Dave's a great fan. I love Dave Catching.
How great would
Shout
that
out.
be? Get
Yeah.
Chris Goss in there and just do
Love
a fucking
Goss.
desert psychedelic record.
We've talked about it plenty of times. I mean, I'd be interested in even doing something out there with Dave, producing wise.
Yeah.
To work with Dave and produce something. So
Yeah.
we'll see. I saw Dave in New York. He came out to one of our Madison Square shows. So that was fun.
Oh, that's great.
I hadn't seen him since the whole thing went down at the that whole Paris thing, the Bataclan
Oh, man,
thing. So
brutal.
it was heavy. We had talked a little tiny bit through it, but he kind of went underground. It was
Yeah.
kind of weird, and
yeah.
he's a classy guy.
I love it.
He wasn't quite the mouthpieces like Jesse was in that. He was kind of like,
It's rough out. That's a rough thing, man.
It was a weird thing, yeah. And we were obviously, it was weird for us because we were 2 days off of that in Paris.
When that happened?
When that happened, we were actually in Paris 2 days before it happened playing. We played the Zenith, which is the arena.
Yeah.
But it's around the corner from Bataclan. So it was, we were literally just like kind of the next stop if you're on tour going through. We were in Germany now, but that's kind of how the routing would go for everybody.
Yep.
And my tour manager is Pete Stahl. Who's in a band with Dave Ketching. He's in Earthlings.
Yeah.
He's a screamer.
Earthlings, amazing,
Earthlings.
right?
So yeah, Pete Stahl is Scream.
What a band!
Right. So Pete's my tour manager too. And I'm coming off stage in Germany, and I look at Pete and I go, "Hey man, everything cool? We all good?" And he's on the phone and he looks at me and he never does this and he goes, "No," like shakes his head. No, it's not good. Everything is not all good. And I go, "What?"
Yeah.
Okay. So I stop and he goes, "Just wait right here." Gets off the phone and tells me the whole thing, and it's like, oh shit. And slowly but surely, the whole backstage, and we're really hanging with all the Purple guys, all the crew. We're all broing hard by this point already. The whole thing, just you feel everyone start looking at each other like, oh shit.
Wow.
Shit's going down right now. Like, that's scary for us.
Yep.
It's too close. So like basically they have to double security everywhere we go after that. But it was just so heavy these first couple nights. We're getting updates from inside and shit. Like,
wow.
Oh, this is so heavy, man.
Yeah.
Really heavy.
That's brutal.
So anyway,
man.
I got to see him in Madison Square for the first time since it all went down. So that was really nice. What a great, sweet guy. Rancho, all the shit that goes down
So
out there.
great, dude.
Epic. I'll connect that conversation to the Queens guys. Have you heard that new Iggy record?
So good.
It's insane.
It charted. I saw Troy Van Leeuwen last night. We were talking about it.
Troy's great.
And yeah, he's great. And it charted. And man, I'm just so happy they're out there. Just they're going to tour, and it's going to be fantastic.
Dude, post-pop depression, are you kidding me? I'm an Iggy fan. I think this could be one of my favorites. Like, I'm being such a Queens fan as well.
Me too.
I just
Me
love
too.
Josh with Iggy. I'm like, oh my God.
I love Josh, man.
Yeah.
I think he's just next level. There's guys out there like you guys, White Stripes, Josh, or not White Stripes, but Jack White, anything he does.
Sure.
You know, all that. There's just dudes out there right now that are just killing it. I think music right now is more exciting than it has been in 20 years. There's so much great shit out.
I think there's a lot of good going on.
I really do, man.
Yeah.
It's so positive, and I mean, every day I get a new band. I'm like, God, this is great.
Yeah, there's
what's
a
that
lot of
one
good.
band? Grandsons, or what are they called?
I don't know this.
Something Sons. Another band right now.
I don't know this.
And I was like, oh, this would be a great tour.
You know what I've been bumping is the newest D'Angelo record, Black Messiah.
Come on.
I mean, the Voodoo record already blew my face off, and
So-
whatever face was left, this one just annihilated it.
Dude, I saw that guy when he did that Stevie Wonder back in the day, that like tribute on MTV.
Yeah, he's been always good.
Oh
Always
my
good.
God. Hold on, I want to get this band for you here because it would
What you got?
shit, I can't remember what they're called. Hold on. Here we go. They're out. Okay, yeah. Here it is. Glorious Sons.
Oh yeah,
You heard 'em?
These are some guys from Canada.
Yeah, Kingston, Ontario.
I don't know their sound so much.
Dude, man, they got a fucking. Oh, I'm gonna send it over to you.
What do I got? Here's what I've been listening. I got the Iggy Pop record happening, right?
Of course.
Dude, Break Into Your Heart, Into Gardenia is so good.
Come on, man.
I'm angry with them. Why'd you make such a good record? Damn you.
Okay, what about? Okay, let's go through some of our new bands. Of
Well,
course, the new
I'm
Alabama
doing-
Shakes is fire.
I love
Smoking.
I mean, I've loved that for like the last year. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
right, exactly.
We actually toured with Emily, is a friend and a tour manager. It's their tour manager in the States. She did a run with us.
Wow.
And she had the demos. Sorry if anybody from Alabama listens. And she played them because I said I'm such a fan. And I heard the early pre-mixes or whatever.
Yeah.
And my face was already starting to melt. But the finished product is incredible.
So great.
Very good record. One of the biggest steps forward I've heard in a long time
It's
for a band.
smoking, right?
Yeah.
Like, wow.
I'm doing older records too. I always pull old records. Like, I'm really into this 1972 Donny Hathaway record, live at the Troubadour, and at this place in New York. And then what else? Here are the Sonics. Can't go wrong with the little Sonics.
Dude, Marin turned me on to a band.
You got
Oh, listen to this. Have you heard this? Hold on. I got to get the name because I always draw. I only know the name of it. Growers of Mushrooms.
don't know that.
Okay, hold on. The band is called. Let me get it. I always forget the name of the band because it's fucking. Here they are, Leaf Hound.
I like
Dude,
that name.
Get with this fucking band from the 70s.
Yeah.
Unbelievable, this record, Growers of Mushrooms.
I'm going to get on that.
I tell you what, this record's going to change your mind right now.
All right, I'm on that.
All right.
I'm all on that. What I like the new Alt J. That's going another weird direction.
What about DIIV? You know them, Div?
I don't know this.
Oh, got a song called Air Conditioner. They're kind of like the Strokes meets Kraftwerk.
Wow, I kind of like the sound of that.
Yeah, right?
That's interesting. Who else do I got? I mean, that Tame record's kind of old now, and it's super electronic-y, but
Yeah.
I'm into the whole Tame catalog.
Yeah.
The inner speaker and the other, what do you call it? Those two Tame records are
Killer.
Are insane.
What-
Insane.
Let's talk real quick about this. While you're out on the Sabbath tour, you're doing headlining shows in between, right?
Hell yes, we are.
And yet, what do you got coming up? Hollywood Bowl. Can you get me in, dude? I'm
Yeah.
like one of the oldest dudes.
On air, you're definitely in.
Oh my God!
I'm sure we could work
That's
on that.
so hilarious, right? It's the only ticket I've ever asked you for.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right. We'll do it. You're in. Do you want to watch Sabbath?
Yeah.
So I got to get you an actual ticket.
Well, and then if you have to pay, I don't know,
No.
Yeah. I just really want to see you guys at the Hollywood Bowl. And of course I want to watch Sabbath.
I want to do that. Yeah.
Oh, dude.
I want to do
I'll
that.
just stand on stage while you playing.
Oh, I got another band for you.
Who?
This is one of my faves right now. You know the OCs? The OCs?
No?
Oh, bro. Yeah.
What year? New or old?
Now.
Oh, wow. The
yeah.
OCs.
VOCTHEEOHSEES. The OCs.
Wow. All right.
Yeah, you're gonna love this. They have they have a lot of records, but the records you want to check out are Floating Coffin and the newest record, Mutilator Defeated at Last. This is the cover.
Okay.
It's not showing it. I don't know how this shit works.
Send it over to me. I'm going to send you Growers of Mushrooms.
Ty Segall.
Oh, yeah, of course.
All day, all
Come
night.
on, all day
all
long.
night.
Everything.
Yeah.
Fuzz, all of it.
Dude, the Slaughterhouse record.
Nope, I don't know.
Oh, that's the one, bro.
Oh, yeah?
That is the one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It'll freak you out. It's dark. It's scary. Super well done.
You still going Firebirds?
It is like Firebirds, but I'm getting new stuff made always. So
Yeah, what are you getting?
I used a baritone guitar on this new record.
Like Dan Electro, or what was it?
Not Dan Armstrong. What do you call it? Jerry Jones.
Jerry Jones. Oh, yeah, the
like Dan Electro
the high-end
guy.
ones, yeah.
And it's like a nicer made Dan Electro.
Totally. I remember
I
those.
used a Longhorn.
Yep.
On if anyone's hearing anything, the song that's out right now from the new record is called Hollow Bones.
Yeah.
Part 1.
Great song.
That's a baritone, and it was just something Dave had lying around the studio that I went, I'm going to try this just to do something different, and ended up using it on a couple things. So I have a new guitar getting made by my good friend Doug Cower at Cower Guitars.
Yeah.
And they are Firebird shaped, but his are called a Banshee.
Yeah.
A little bit different shape, but they are like a Firebird. So I have that coming, a baritone in a Firebird shape, and it's going to be pretty deadly.
Wow.
Going to be called Organa Major.
Have you checked out...
And you got your Star Wars shirt on, if you know what Organa Major is.
Yeah.
That is actually Princess Leia's planet that they blow up in the first Star Wars.
Is that right?
And this has like kind of a black with gold and orange sparkles, barely like an old silver tone finish.
Trans
So
Am colors.
It's not metal flake, but it's got little sparkles. It kind of looks like space, this guitar. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to
Wow.
be crazy. I'm going to have that being made, and what else do I have something by Dennis Fano coming, his new shape, which is very kind of retro-y and funky. That's being made right now.
I was with
Novo.
Omar from At the Drive-In last night,
Yeah.
and he just had a Music Man Albert Lee made for him.
I
Remember
like
those
those.
weird things
I
that
know
look
those.
like a star?
I like those. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
weird and pointy.
Yeah. And what a
Yeah.
great guitar just to
Those are
see
nice.
again out in the world.
That's a good one for him too.
Yeah, it really is.
I work with a company in France too called Mellow de Wind, and it's all custom, and they do aluminum guitars.
Oh, yeah.
So I have a Billy Bo
Like Trussard?
Jupiter, kind of like Trussard, yeah, but their own deal, kind of almost steampunky, but I keep mine a little cleaner. But I have something new in the works with them, and I have another one by them right now that's like a Billy Bo Jupiter, Gretsch shape, which is really funky and weird shaped, and it's all aluminum.
And then I was just at NAMM. You got an orange endorsement. There was a fucking huge 10-foot photo of you there. And I was like, yeah, that's
I don't
my
even know
man.
what picture they used.
It's so great.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, I got it. I'll send it over to you.
They're good to me. We're friends.
Yeah.
I guess we're good enough friends now that they don't even have to tell me they're doing that.
That's funny.
Hey, by the way, we're going to do like a 50-foot picture of you. Are you cool with that?
It was
And would you want to maybe
you
pick
know
the
what?
picture?
It was you and Josh from Queens side by side. It was
Really?
dope.
No one took a picture this year. I wanted to see that.
I got it. I'll send it over to you.
You do?
Yep, I took a picture.
Good man.
Yeah.
No, they're great. The Orange guys are great to me.
I'm going to let you get out of here. When does the record drop?
I think we are June 10th, I believe, is our day.
June 10th?
Yeah, if that's a Friday.
Vinyl, of course.
Lots of vinyl. Actually, if you internationally, every territory we do a different color.
Oh, yeah?
So if you get savvy on the interwebs, you can get different colors if you want to collect. So there's something like
My head down's white.
There you go. Yeah. So there's like 15, 20 different colors.
Oh, you sent them to me for...
I did.
Yeah, it was so...
I sent you a white one, right?
Thank you so much,
That's right.
man.
See?
Hey, you guys sent me a birthday card.
There you go.
How fucking cool is
See
that?
how it is?
God,
It's
man.
all about staying cordial, man.
I love it, dude. I love you guys, man. Tell Jay I said hi. How's his voice? Good?
Amazing.
That's a crazy tour to do, but only 40 a night, so it's great, right?
Yeah. I mean, it gave him a little bit of hell just from us doing headliners, which would go 2 hours or more, and then the next night doing another thing, and then another headliner, and then we're going, okay, the headliner's got to come down to like an hour and a half. He's dying.
Yeah, too long. Yeah.
Yeah. But no, I think it's doing great. His voice
That's
is
great.
up to shape.
And everybody else is good.
Everybody's good, man.
Good.
Yeah, everybody's just kind of getting a little R&R before we head out to Australia.
When do you leave?
April 12th.
April 12th.
Here
Well,
we go.
thanks for doing this on your day off,
Always good
man.
to see you, buddy.
And can't wait for Hollywood Bowl, and I can't wait for the new record, of course. I was busting your ass tonight. Like, let me hear it.
Well, we've been talking, but we got to figure out this rock and roll comedy
Come
tour.
on, dude. I wanted
on.
to do the last tour with you guys.
I know. We got to talk about this.
That's for real. Let's
All right.
do it.
Oh, I'm going to think, and we'll do another show, and
I'll
we'll have
sleep
it
on the
planned
bus.
out.
I don't give a fuck.
Hell yeah, you will.
Yeah, I'll just I use the day room for the shower, and I wear one outfit and I roll. I just come out and I just talk rock, and then I bring you guys on. No
like it.
opener. I just do 30 talking rock.
Nobody's doing that these days, and that's old
Total
school cool.
70s.
Right?
You know, total 70s.
And the
All
last ones he did it,
comics.
like we talked about, were like Guns with like Kinnison.
Yep. I saw Tweety do it on an acoustic run, which was really great.
Oh, that's good.
If you guys ever do an acoustic run,
That's another good record, the Star Wars Wilco record.
on, that's a great record,
It's
right?
cool, yeah.
Fuck. Well, I'm going to Gilmore tonight. I can't believe you're not going. He's playing tonight, tomorrow night, and Sunday.
Where's he at?
2 at the Hollywood Bowl, 1 at the Forum.
I want to go to the Bowl. That's cool.
You got to see that, dude. You're not going to see him again. You know?
Wow.
When are you going to see him again?
Well, I might be saying hi to you from the stage.
Oh,
I'm not calling a favor.
You could.
I got a few favors I can call.
Fuck yeah.
If I go, I'll call you.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Thanks a lot. There he is right there, Scott Holiday. Get the new Rival Sons June what?
10th.
June 10th.
Let's go with that.
Hollow Bones. Fucking
Yeah.
smoking. And also, you can hear the single now. It's all over YouTube and everything.
Yeah, Hollow Bones Part 1. It's dirty. It's nasty.
It's
groovy.
great. It's great, man.
Thanks, team.
Thank you.